Hi, welcome, welcome. Welcome to chapter 10 of my sci-fi thriller, Chasing the Unseen. This is a reading from the zero draft, so there will be many changes, some of them big, some of them small, and all the updates that I read of the book will be that way. So when I publish the book, it could be and should be much different than this, but along the same lines. I would love it if you could comment below and let me know if you're reading along with me and how you think the story's going so far. I know I am not a professional reader or audio person, so I know it would be much better, but that is not in this girl's budget. So please like, share, and subscribe for the rest of these and watch this and listen to the story with me. And without any further ado, we are going to jump into Chapter 10. It's called A Water Charm, and it is from Kiera Sutton's POV. This is right after she's just finding out the beginning of the truth. It was real? I didn't imagine it? I asked softly. Yes, it was all real, Lucas said. So the water portal thing, it has many names, both formal and informal. An Astral Gate is the formal name. They often use a spindrift or spinner. Those are some nicknames we use, he admitted. And the alien that was fighting my sister against that monster with wings, and the other alien that looked like him, what were they? Zirin is the one fighting with your sister. He's a good guy. He and your sister, Z, they're close. Z's a halfling. Half Azurian, half Vephertilian. The other one assessing the monster, the Vesp, was an Azurian from my homeworld. Just like imperfect humans, they're also bad Azurians. Why were they trying to kill my sister? Your sister is a warden defender. She safeguards our world from fractions of Vesps seeking to conquer this and other worlds, and we're in the midst of a peace treaty trying to come up with one with them, and well, some individuals want to establish it, but there's others who don't. The houses in our homeworld are split on how to move forward. What does this have to do with my sister? We're human. No, you're not. Not entirely. Before I could respond to that shocking revelation, Lucas's front door swung open and slammed into the wall. Lucas, not one more word, Tabby stormed. Stop filling her head with nonsense. Kiera, get in the car right now. Let's go. No, I'm not going anywhere until I know the truth and why that monster from the spinner was after my sister, I shot back at her. Lucas, I hope you're proud of yourself. This is not how we handle reveals. Tabby verbally attacked Lucas again. She was about to open up a portal in the house with the pendant on her necklace. Who the hell gave an untrained Azurian a royal access to a water charm? It belonged to her mother, and she found it in her sister's belongings and took it this morning to wear to the funeral. I didn't think it would be an issue. The issue is that she remembers how to use it. That was even more confusing to me. Both of you sit down and be quiet unless you are answering my questions now, I said in an authoritative voice that felt unfamiliar. So says the Queen Sovereign, Lucas smiled. Shut up, Lucas, Tabby exclaimed. How are Kelsey and I not human, I asked. Your mother came here on a mission years ago to protect the Terrans of this world from a group of Vesps that were killing animals and humans. Your mother met your father and they fell in love, and she became pregnant with your sister and decided to stay here. She thought that by stepping down as the Queen Royal and returning her title to her mother would keep Kelsey safe. And everything was fine until you were born. Tabby smiled gently at me. What about when I was born? You were conceived and born under the right astrological signs to become the next Queen Royal. You've held the title Queen Sovereign since your birth. This caused quite a stir in our home world, and the houses became unstable. And when there were troubles between the Vesp and our people rose again, I was ready to tell you everything, but your grandfather forbade it since you were still a teenager, and your sister, however, was of age, and that's how she became the Warden Defender, and is very good at her job. Her abilities have stabilized our world. I looked at the pendant and on I looked at the pendant on the necklace when I realized Kelsey was alive and probably in trouble. Does my sister have a what did you call it, a water charm? Yes, she has one very similar to that. Where is she? We're uncertain. The Vesp and Azurians responsible for the attack belong to a terrorist organization intent on causing the destabilization in both our worlds. Your sister and Zirin were devising a strategy to halt the group's efforts to enforce. They want to enforce segregation between our two worlds and establish domination over this one, Lucas explained. Domination how? The Azurians from our home world are opposed to us. They disregard the freedom of other galaxies. They intend to offer other planets and their inhabitants to the Vesps as a food source, hoping that this will cause them to leave our world and galaxy alone. These Vesps, the winged ones, what are they exactly? They're species that are considered evasive. They live off the blood of others, but not all of them are evil in that endeavor. So vampires. Are you saying we're dealing with alien vampires? Now he sounds crazy, I barked out. They're parasites, Tabby tried to say. Yes, they are vampires, Lucas interrupted, and probably the lure that your Nosferatu is based on. So if my necklace can open a portal, why can't I open one and go get Kelsey? We're not sure where she is at the moment. We're waiting for her and Z to reach out to us. You said that Zirin is half Vesp. How do we know he hasn't drained my sister dry? He would never do that. He loves your sister. My sister's dating a half alien vampire? Well, your sister's half alien too. Lucas grinned, trying to Lucas the mood, but I was not amused. Wait, it was you. You pulled me out of the water. Yes. He looked at me so softly I felt like I was blushing, so I turned the conversation back to finding my sister. What's being done to bring my sister home? I demanded in that strange, unfamiliar, strong voice that was mine but unfamiliar to me. Kiki, your grandfather and I have everyone working on bringing her home. I promise to bring her home to you and your dad. Tabby's promise brought me short-lived smile until I realized, oh my God, Dad doesn't know any of this, does he? You're letting him think she's dead. What kind of monster are you? Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye, guys.